thank you all
Good
for
morning.
joining us for First Tuesday Coffee in August. So kind of snuck up on us here. We're excited to start a new month and we've got a lot planned for you guys. And for those of you that are joining this meeting for the first time, typically we're hosting this at the chamber office. In lieu of that, we're able to do it in a fun way through Zoom, and we're doing that with just a simple roundtable call. What we're going to do is a roll call for the first round for everyone, and then we're going to ask some more engaging questions beyond that. So for intros, for the sake of time, we'll just keep it to what your business is, so the name of it, and then your name, and then your title. And then we'll move on, and then you'll be able to share a little bit more about your role in the second round. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to we'll start on the first row here, and my first box is Quantal to my left. So I'm going to go on you. Go ahead and tell us about yourself and your business.
Okay. Hey, good morning, everyone. Quantel Langford with Langford Design, and I help organizations, businesses, schools, universities with their branding and design needs.
Great. Thanks for that, Quantel. Next up, we have James. Go ahead, James Pruitt.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. My name's James Pruitt, America Publisher, project manager for Military Appreciation and Resource Magazine for Camp Pendleton.
Thank you. All right, David, Nancy. Let's make sure your mic is unmuted. We'll try one more time. There you go.
There we go. Hi, Dave Buchek and my wife, Nancy. We're with Listwell Realty, Wise Choices Realty. We recently changed our company name. And we're realtors. I'm a realtor, Nancy's my assistant.
And I do the marketing.
Thanks for that, Dave and Nancy. Welcome new members. And next up we have Amir. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Amir.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Amir. I'm the local credit card processor here in Oceanside. I've been in Oceanside for 30 years. I'm a small business advocate. I help businesses with their credit card processing needs. So if you need to take a payment via credit card, I set up POS systems. I do online e-commerce credit card processing, ACH processing. So whatever kind of form of payment you need to take, whether it's in person, contact free, or virtual, that is my specialty.
All right.
Thank you, Amir. All right, next up we have Vicki.
Hi, I'm Vicki Schumann. I'm the Assistant Director of Enrollment for Central Michigan University on Camp Pendleton. When we're open, but right now we're doing everything online. So anyway, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, next up we have Mr. Richard Fox. So tell us about yourself and your companies.
My name is Richard Fox, and I own a natural nutrition company powered by Shockley, and I also have a mobile tire service in Oceanside that's been around. I've been a chamber member for over 35 years.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you for all that support, Richard. All right, next up, we're going to move on to Maribel.
Hi guys, so I'm Maribel Morrison with Keller Williams. I'm a local realtor in the area, and I like to help people buy and sell properties.
All right, short and sweet. Go ahead, Morgan.
My name is Morgan. My company is Go Be Rewarded. We do websites, social media, Google Ads, and videos for small local businesses in San Diego.
All right, Miss Elizabeth, you are up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Carlson. I'm here representing Carlson Mobile Notary, Robin Carlson. She said that she had a meeting today, but she sent me in her place so I get to see all of you guys. And I am currently her marketing intern. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thanks for that, Elizabeth. Kaylin, you're up.
My name is Kaylin Daniel. I'm the marketing coordinator for North County Transit Districts, and I do all of our digital marketing, outreach, photography, videography, kind of a little bit of everything for us.
All right, Stacey Smith.
Hi, good morning. My name is Stacey Smith-Bacon, And that's Stacy with the EY, Bacon Like the Food. And what I do is I'm a licensed life insurance rep with Primerica Financial Services, and we help people to learn about their policies and be able to read them, because a lot of people, you get a policy, you don't know what it says. So we can audit your policy for free, and we can also help you to pay down debt faster and save a lot of interest. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that, Stacy. Lauren, you're up.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm with Studio Ace. We're an arts nonprofit in Oceanside by the library. I'm the marketing and studio manager there. Right now we're working on getting everything virtual, so it's been fun. Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Hey everybody, Sam Goodwin with HOCOA, your home repair network. We help homeowners and business owners with any construction related needs for their properties, from handyman to remodeling service and everything else between.
All right,
That's good to know.
Sam. Next up, we have GC Gomez. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's see. I'll try it one more time on my end if you like. Oops. We're in a muting more. I'll let you do it.
Talk to me.
We might have to skip over and come back to you, GC Gomez. Let me try one more time. It should be giving you a prompt to unmute your mic. Yes.
Is that okay? So it's Cora Gomez. I'm with Staples, and we help small businesses, especially right now, get back and running. So through our print and marketing, we also help school districts get back to school virtual learning and basic learning right now.
All right. Thanks for that, Cora. All right, Simone, you're up.
Hello, everybody. Good seeing everybody. Simone Ross here. I am a digital marketing consultant and coach, and I help solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners learning how to build their visibility online. That's where we can promote our business now, and a lot of business owners struggle with that, and I teach them the steps by step how to do it.
Thank you, Simone.
Simone, good to see you. Long time no see.
You, yes.
All right, next up I'm going to call on Megan. Go ahead, Megan.
Hi, it's Megan. I'm with Operation Bigs, and we have a mentoring program for children in Camp Pendleton and Oceanside who are military kids and generally enrolled at the schools, but now we're doing virtual mentoring.
That's great.
Thanks for that, Megan. You're up.
Well, good morning. Otis Walton with Colonial. We help people understand their benefits when it comes down to business insurance and employee disability. We during this time, we have great plans and policies that contain short-term disability, hospital confinement during this pandemic that works great along with any other core plans that you currently have in place. So we help educate you, and we help you in any way that we can to get you the proper coverage that you need.
All right, thanks, Otis. Next up, I'm going to call on Carla.
Good morning, everybody. Carla Dickey with Santa Fe Dental Group. So what we do is we help you and your family stay good and healthy. It's my giant toothbrush. We're in Vista, and yeah, just trying to make it through some changes, but we have implemented plenty of changes to help keep our community and our staff safe. So good to see everybody.
Thanks, Carla. And we'll go over some of those changes in the next round too, so you guys will get to share those. Dana, go ahead and tell us your business and your role there.
Morning, Oceanside. Dana Albert, Senior Financial Advisor, Merrill Lynch Wealth Management. Merrill Lynch is a Bank of America company, and my team and I have over 60 years helping people make good decisions about how to manage their money into retirement and also how to leverage money. So we like to lend out money as well. based on Avia Parkway, across the street from Legoland.
Thank you for that, Dana. Next up, I'm going to call on Kaylee.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee, and I am the Health Advocacy Specialist for Full Stop, which stands for Families Uniting Locally to Solve Tobacco Proliferation. And we are a California Department of Public Health funded program located in San Diego. And we are a community-based initiative that helps to reduce tobacco-related health disparities in Oceanside.
All right. Thank you for that, Kaylee. Forgive me, Sam, did you already get to go? Your icon jumped around on me a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry about that. Yeah, no, I did go. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And then we have heard from Stacy this morning. Chris, go ahead. I see Chris's iPhone X. Going once. He might not be near the computer, so we'll jump back to Chris. Leann, are you still on with us?
Yes, I am. This is Leann Garms. I'm a board member of Oceanside Theater Company at the Brooks, downtown Oceanside. I'm actually calling you from, sorry, my camera's not working. I'm in Dallas at the moment at my mother's house, but I didn't want to miss you guys. So I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Leann. That's the beauty of Zoom. You can do it anywhere in the world. All right. Next up, we're going to call on Lisa DeAngelis. Go ahead, Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa DeAngelis. I'm the local university development counselor here with Grand Canyon University. And what we do is partner with local businesses here in North County, San Diego, to offer scholarships and professional development to your employees. And I also act as an enrollment counselor, helping with the enrollment process for our online degree programs.
Great. Thank you for that, Lisa. Next up, I'm going to call on Barbara.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Barbara Orozco-Valdivia with Blue Shield of California Promise Health Plan. I am the Stakeholder Engagement Manager, and we focus on health insurance options from Medi-Cal, Cover California, and employer-sponsored. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. And last but not least, we have Matt Foster on the call. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Matt.
Hi, my name is Matt Foster. I'm with the North County Veterans Stand Down. We have an annual event where we help homeless veterans and veterans in need get off the streets and get them into a better situation so that they're not in need anymore. So it's a wonderful event that the community organizes around with us, and we make it happen. It's in February 11th to the 14th this next year, and we hope to have your help for that. Thank you.
Well.
All right, thank you for that, Matt. And in the next round, what we're going to go more into, just to get some business updates from you guys, if you can tell us one change that you've had to make in your business over the past few months due to the pandemic, something that's helped you adapt that you can share with others possibly, or maybe just something procedural, in your office that you can share. So what I can say, from the chamber, obviously we've moved a lot of our events online, although some are coming back in person, and I will be making some announcements at the end about that. But one really neat thing that I'd also like to share is just that our focus has shifted more on the advocacy work. So, we've been lobbying for every industry that you can really conceivably think of, and really just for grant programs, for better loans, and really things that are going to offer relief. So my role's shifted a little bit for that, and I'm just really excited to share that with you guys. So next up, I'm going to call back over to my left here to Quantel. If you can share just one thing you've changed in your business over the past few months due to the pandemic.
For the most part, I think I really amped up on video content and finding ways to, create a platform for not only myself, but for others to help promote their businesses and organizations. And I've from what I've seen, results wise, I've found myself being able to jump on other people's podcasts and promote my brand and what I'm doing. I think I've seen, for the most part, as far as potential clients come in. Those are the things I'm doing. You know, starting to create more online courses and webinars, presentations. So really forcing me to really present myself more online and really attract the audience that I'm looking for. So.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And those are some great tips. I think, you know, a lot of industries can, you know, get a takeaway from. Next up, I'm going to call on James. James, you want to give us a little update about what's been going on with your business and maybe one change you've made?
Hi, I'm James Pruitt, and I usually come door to door and meet you guys personally, but with the coronavirus, I've gone more with snail mail, so you might get one of these magazines in the mail and an email from me, and hopefully you'll still buy ads and help me support this magazine. Thank you.
Thanks for that, James. Next up, I'm going to call on Dave and Nancy.
Yes, the biggest change that we have right now is making sure, taking a buyer out to a home, that they sign a document indicating they're free of any illnesses, especially, you know, of course, any
COVID-19.
symptoms of the COVID pandemic. Right now, it's a seller's market in the marketplace, and homes, desirable homes go in about 3 days. It's so a very competitive market, and you gotta have all the forms ready to go. A lot of sellers are wanting to have a pre-approval on anybody that enters their home for whether they're going to pay cash with proof of funds or enter into a mortgage. You got to have approval of that mortgage. So whereas the old style open house, you could basically show up and
So what we provide too is that when we are letting somebody see a home, we provide the mask. We'll completely disinfect the house first. We have to, but we do it, especially booties for them, a mask, and hand sanitizer. And then there's a form that is signed by the buyer as well as ourselves, so that we completely protect the seller's home after, you know, we've shown property.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your new protocol with us, guys. Next up, I'm going to call on Amir.
Okay, so it's been quite an interesting journey during the pandemic for me. I mean, again, I work with all small business owners and a lot of, you know, enterprise business owners. And for my small business owners, it's been really tough for them because either they're not open or their sales, their face-to-face sales have gone down quite a bit. So one thing I've been really focusing on is service for my current clients, really trying to help them customize their business so that we can still get sales up and keep their bottom line in the black. So I've been really focusing on online sales and online delivery, and, you know, integrating delivery food delivery services with the POS systems that I install for them. So just trying to make their business more streamlined. So I've really been focusing more on service and focusing on what my clients need right now more than new, bringing in new business. So they've been really appreciative. They've been really grateful for that. And I have gotten referrals just because of showing good service. So it did, you know, it was kind of a win-win there. So that's something I'm really proud of. So that's really the change I've been making, is focusing more on the service, the online and e-commerce platforms, and trying to set up businesses remotely without actually visiting them, because I'm a very hands-on agent and like to be at the business, kind of like James likes to be in front of the person. So it's something we're all getting used to, but it's working okay so far.
There you go. Got to take care of those loyal clients. All right. Next up, I'm going to call on Vicki.
Hi, everybody. Well, I would say that the biggest change we have, obviously, we're not doing classes on Camp Pendleton right now, but we're still taking care of the military folks and the civilians. We are we are online, but we also have a lot of locations all over the country, and we've been combining a lot of our classes, which just kind of makes it interesting. It's another little, and doing a lot of Zoom classes with them. So it's we're hanging in there. I did forget, my other job is horseback riding lessons, and I have to tell you, that's going crazy. Everybody wants to be outside, and it's very socially distant, and a lot of people have it on their bucket list. So if you're interested in that, let me know too.
Horseback riding.
Good to know. Thanks for that, Vicki. Next up, I'm going to call it Richard Fox. Go ahead, Richard.
Oh, well, a few changes, starting with the mobile tire service. Whenever I arrive on a job, I jump out with a mask on, and usually the driver has a mask on. And if the driver's in the truck, then I take it off. But if he's out of the truck, I wear it. But I don't let anybody touch my invoices, my work orders. Nobody signs any paperwork. I have them read their credit card number off to me, and I punch it in my phone, and they don't sign for their credit card. I mean, just a lot of changes there where I don't let anybody touch anything that I have. And I use a lot of hand sanitizer, so to make sure that everything's nice and clean and crisp. And I feel like the inside of my truck is very sterile. But on the Shackley side, of course, we came out with an amazing hand sanitizer too that feels almost like hand lotion when you put it on. It just really moisturizes your hands and stuff instead of drying them out. And we just came out yesterday with a brand new turmeric product, which is amazing. My Shackley business, because of people wanting to be healthy and immune and build their immunity, has like doubled in the last couple months. It's just crazy. And we do a whole lot more Zoom meetings. I probably do 2 to 4 Zoom meetings a day at least.
Wow. I've heard of Zoom fatigue. Are you getting it yet, Richard?
Some days I feel that way, yes.
Yeah, well, you hang in there. Thanks for sharing. Next up, I'm gonna call on Maribel. Go ahead, Maribel.
Yeah, so a lot of big changes in our industry. Instead of going out and meeting a client for a listing presentation, so now we do it over Zoom, whereas like how we're doing the Zoom right now, where it's not as personable as it could be as you're sitting there in their living room talking about different things or scenarios. And again, the Zoom, that's changed. We have to have the forms filled out. It's called the PED forms for COVID. We just have to be very extra cautious, especially right now, and especially when you're going into somebody's home. You just want to take that extra precaution because you are in somebody else's home, and you want to be respectful of their things, just as you would want them to for yourself. But other than that, that's one aspect. But like, there's no more open houses. So what we do is we do a lot of virtual tours so that they can at least look inside of the property. If they're not able to make it, we'll do a virtual tour as well. So that's how the new world of technology has come forth in the real estate world anyways.
Well, it's awesome you guys are still able to do showings and still, connect with your clients, just in a different way.
Just in a different way of life, yes.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Morgan.
Hi, guys. So a lot of our work is still kind of operating the same just because we are a digital marketing company. So our current clients, we're just trying to help make all those updates and changes to their website, if their hours change, if they're temporarily closed, and how we can help them if they are closed, kind of put their, say maybe Google Ads on pause for right now until they open back up. And then for our new clients, it's all pretty much the same, but I kind of reach out and, do a little introduction over Zoom. And then if they want to come in, because we work with small businesses, if they want to still check out the studio, meet our team, they're still welcome to. We just do social distancing in the conference room.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Morgan. Next up, I'm going to call on Elizabeth.
Hello. So as mom's a mobile notary, we go to mutual signing locations, which are usually people's house or Starbucks, and Starbucks is closed now, so we're having to go to people's houses a lot more. And we have a lot of signings outdoors because they don't want you to come in the house, which can be a problem if it's windy and you're signing your trust, so it's a little difficult sometimes. But we have our masks, we have our gloves if asked. We always have to ask them before we go, what's your COVID compliance? So it's a little different, but it's working out and everybody's busy because they want to get their trust done because they have nothing else to do. Check it off the to-do list. So we've been pretty busy, but it's still a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
And I really like that, Elizabeth, I actually wrote that last part down that you shared. What's your COVID compliance? That's a great question to ask a new potential client or someone you're just meeting for the first time. So thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
All right, next up, we're gonna call on Kaylin.
Kaylin Daniel, North County Transit. So we do the Coaster Sprinter trains and the Breathe bus system. We've had a lot of changes over the last few months, as you can imagine. We were identified as one of the first public agencies in the state, though, to start making policy and developing against COVID early on. So we've kind of got the hang of it by now. I'd say, for example, our biggest changes have been we've been ordering masks in the tens of thousands for customers to maintain compliance on all of our modes, which has been really positive to the note of about 99% compliance from our customer base wearing masks across the board. So that's been really great. And then additionally, just obviously our cleaning policies have changed pretty dramatically. Before COVID, we were still pretty on top of it with the cleaning multiple times a day, but now we've updated that with new types of disinfectants that are COVID specific. Additionally, just frequency of cleaning as well. So we've got our normal night and morning cleanings, as well as multiple cleanings of like our buses, for example, throughout the day at the various bus stops. So we have really tuned it up as far as frequency and effectiveness of our sanitization habits to try and kind of set the trend in our industry.
That's awesome. It's great to see you guys staying ahead truly and setting a great example for, others in the state.
Thanks.
All right, next up, I'm gonna call on Lauren with Studio Ace. Go ahead, Lauren.
So since COVID started, we have actually given away over 3,000 free art kits to kids, all of our community partnerships with the library, with USO, Parks and Rec and Oceanside, and really just providing art to all kids, as many kids as we still are able to. And then we're working on getting virtual. So we're on our third summer camp where we record and send out daily videos to whoever signs up. We've just been learning how to be flexible and learn as much as we can as quickly as possible. We've been working really hard, stuffing kids alone. There's only 3 of us really besides the teachers, and we're stuffing kids every week. So it's been a challenge, but we're moving there. We're still moving. We're planning our fall classes, so we're still moving, still doing it.
Well, thank you for that, Lauren, and thank you for all that you guys do. It's truly amazing to see you guys being able to give those materials to these families. I know a lot of the kids are cooped up and they're getting bored, so they need stuff to do. And I've been getting nothing but positive feedback about Studio Ace, so thank you guys for all your hard work. Next up, I'm going to call on Miss Simone Ross. So go ahead, Simone.
So, as a digital marketing consultant, not too much changed because I work online for my clients all the time. The only thing that I feel it changed is that I used to do a lot of workshops that I presented in person, and I was hired by offices, real estate offices and financial offices, and now I'm doing through Zoom, which it's what everybody's doing. But one thing that was completely really caught me by surprise is that because a lot of business owners have more time and now they have to promote themselves online, people that were very resistant in creating their visibility online are coming in like droves to my courses, my Facebook course. I have people on the waiting list now, which is amazing. It's just a 4-week course where people learn the basics of how to promote themselves. And I have a student that is here and she's amazing, Elizabeth. She just finished the course. And that has been really great because really people are getting to understand how important it is. And some of them are like, I'm not gonna get leads from anywhere else because later on they learn how to do Facebook ads, which is something that I've been doing a lot too. So I think the mindset is really changing, and it's so good to hear.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that, Simone, and glad to hear you're doing so well right now. Next up, I'm going to call on Otis Walton. Go ahead, Otis.
Well, we have been more streamlined towards virtual meetings, phone calls, and emails. I've been working just fine. Business has increased during this time. The only change that I've had to make was giving a virtual presence. I used to be the guy that would walk up and shake your hand as well. I love the face-to-face contact because you can get a good vibe with people and you can help them understand, because what we do, it's not just selling you insurance, it's actually helping you provide coverage and protection for not only your business, but your employees and their families and your families as well. So my virtual presence has increased. The business has increased as well in regards to this. And I'm going to put a link for frequently asked questions about COVID-19 down in the chat box. So you guys, if you have any kind of questions whatsoever, you can go to that link and you can find the commonly asked questions when it comes down to policies and plans regarding COVID-19. And I'm also available phone calls and emails as well. Things have been picking up, so if I can't get to you within a day or so, please just be patient with me because there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, and that's really great for you to share that expectation time too, Otis. I know a lot of people are expecting that quick that normal response time, and people are forgetting we are in a pandemic, so it's important to share that and just be clear. So thank you for that, Otis. Next up, I'm going to call on Mr. Dana Albert with Merrill. So Dana, go ahead.
So yeah, the shift to adopting technology for our older clients has been a little bit difficult. Many of our clients value face-to-face meetings more than anything. I think the average age of our clients is about 64, 65. So that has been difficult to get people to adopt Zoom. In fact, I would say most of them don't. So it's really been old school. I mean, super old school, phone conversations that just take a long time. So, but I'm grateful to be very busy, as it were, just because of all the turmoil happening, and there's plenty of people with concerns, and my phone's ringing. From a business development standpoint, I'm also going old school because we're sending out actually getting into community newsletters where it's just a basic advertisement and typically your senior communities, because we know folks are at home and the senior audience have got a lot of time to read everything that's getting in their mail. And so our phone has been ringing from that as well. So sometimes old school works, don't always have to be new school.
Very true. Great tips, Dana. Thank you for sharing. Next up, I'm going to call on Kaylee.
Yeah, well, our tobacco control program is a community initiative. So the success of it is pretty much entirely based on the level of community engagement that we get. So that means meeting with community stakeholders, city officials, and other tobacco coalitions. And we often attend a lot of local events and go to businesses and schools in the area. So we've had to figure out ways that we can connect with the community virtually, and how we can host virtual events and trainings and still be able to collect data for the Department of Public Health. So I think kind of what a lot of other folks are saying is just figuring out how to create a more virtual presence for what would normally be an in-person program delivery. So we're definitely still learning what works and what doesn't. So it's been an experience.
All right, well, thank you for sharing that, Kaylee, and thanks for joining us today. Next up, I'm going to call on Miss Stacy Smith-Bacon.
Hi. Normally, we meet with people at their kitchen table, and we've adapted really quickly. In fact, all the agents now do Zoom, and you can have a whole lot more meetings during the day by Zooming if you want to. And what I found is that we can do a full presentation. We can also do an application with signatures electronically and everything. So it's really, it hasn't changed too badly, and we've adapted very well. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm glad you can still do the sales presentations over Zoom. I know sometimes they don't relay the same, but yeah, I hear that challenge too myself. Next up, I'm going to call on Miss Cora. If you're still with us, Cora, she may be on the phone. We're going to move over to Megan Hartwell. Megan, go ahead and share just a change that's happened with your organization, or something you guys have shifted over the past few months.
Sure. Well, as schools have been out and kids are home learning online, our program was an on-site program. So now our mentors who were previously going to the school and spending 1 hour a week with their littles, they're now doing that time online on virtual Zoom sessions, and we're facilitating the connection and the support and the mentoring that was still going on. Our mentors and our littles are still connecting and providing support to each other, for one, because I mean, the smiling faces of our littles is comforting to us as adults, and it's great to not be on a Zoom meeting, that has, anything other than having fun, like playing Pictionary or drawing or crafting or making a popsicle art, so those things are happening, and it's consistent, and our matches are doing well. We do have littles that are leaving the area as they are moving, and the military is kind of lifting some of the stop movement order, and they're able to move. So we have littles that are, we're saying goodbye to, and we have littles that we're welcoming and saying, hey, welcome to the area, and your community is here to support you even during this time. And so some great support is still going on, and it really makes me happy to see that, because it's hard. We're all kind of stuck at home, but the mentors are reaching out and having fun. They're still finding new ways to do things. They're connecting outside of sessions. Same thing, Zoom, snail mail. Like, we all love to get postcards. Drawings from our littles are going to our bigs. Like, just some really fun things are happening. So, some good news in some of the way things have changed. And then, we have, amped up some of our offerings and support to our bigs and our littles, like, offering different webinars and things like that, training, and opportunities for our bigs to connect outside of what we call big chats, where the bigs can connect to talk about how do we support our littles. So providing some more peer-to-peer on the mentor level on how they can connect and feedback and talk with us about how we can support their matches the best they can, best we can, with, social distancing opportunities as they come available within the community. We're not allowed to gather right now, but we do the big chats and organizing other events if we can. So, from a business point of view, we're just kind of trying to, pivot and see how we can best support our matches and maintain, support within the community.
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys are really staying on top of things, and thank you so much for what you're doing, for our military families in this community, Megan. And if you haven't yet, please do drop the information on how to get involved, or just read up on your program so other members can get more information on that.
Okay.
All right. Next up, I'm going to call on Matt Foster. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your organization and your role there, Matt.
Hi there. Yeah, thank you for inviting me to this. Yeah, we've been fairly quiet at this time, regrouping and everything from the last stand down, getting our reports together and all that. But we've also been reaching out to a lot of our clients, and through our partners like Homeless Veterans of San Diego, and taking care of them. The whole COVID quarantine thing is really taking the emphasis off the homeless. Everyone's at home, so they're not seeing anything. The homeless don't have places to go. And but they're reaching out to us and getting help from us, and that's what we're doing, just on the down low, basically. But basically, we're helping them out as much as we can. and while planning for next year. So the whole thing we look for is we're looking for fundraising and just help with volunteers and services for next year. We're hoping by February this is going to all blow over. We don't, no idea. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying any of that, but we're looking for the help. We're having an open air event. It's out in Vista on Green Oak Ranch, and we're looking to have a bunch of groups, communities come out and help us out with the homeless veterans, get them back on their feet. That's what we're looking at right now. And we're using Zoom meetings a lot, WebEx meetings, and we are meeting once in a while in person in different areas. There's actually breweries that are open, restaurants, we meet outside, because the one-on-one touch really does help. I mean, you can do Zoom all day, and that's great, but a lot of these veterans are used to being face to face and actually having that human touch. So we do take that risk. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us, Matt. Thanks for all your awesome nonprofit too. And for those of you that are on the call that have nonprofits, we are going to be hosting a webinar for sales and nonprofit fundraising. So I'll make sure to invite you guys to that.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Next up, I'm going to call on Mr. Sam Goodwin. So go ahead, Sam, get us up to speed on what's been going on with your business over the past few months.
Yeah, it's been crazy to say the least. I mean, the last thing people want is a stranger into their house that they might not know to work on a problem, fix to make a repair. So we've seen a decline in business quite a bit. However, we've tried to pivot and look at a new technology in terms of doing a virtual call. We partnered up with another local Oceanside startup business, former Marine company called Quick Carl. And so we've been working with them, and we're still trying to be in that pivot stage because the technology is not on cue or right up to speed where it needs to be for us to fully launch. So we're looking at some other opportunities as well, and just trying to have everybody, all of our professionals, be aware of the situation and be COVID response ready, if you will. So just trying to survive just like everybody else, and that we can do best practices and sharing those marketing tips and new customers.
Well, thanks for that, Sam. Next up, I'm going to call on Cora. If you're ready, Cora, if you can just give us an update on what's been going on with Staples over the past few months.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate it. We're still working with the public every single day. We've gone back to full-time hours. We had to modify them for a while, but a lot of people didn't realize that we've been open through all of COVID-19. So all those printing needs, all those work from home needs that people have been needing, we're still supplying. Demand seems to be a little bit lower. So unfortunately, if you needed that chair or that printer or that ink, we are working with a lot of vendors and manufacturers to make sure that we can get those needs to all the people that come into our stores. We would have strict CDC protocol as an essential business. So we've had to do a lot of adjustments. We all have to wear masks all the time. We do cleaning all the time. We offer curbside service and ordering just to further enhance that social distancing. We have to keep social distancing protocol too in our stores, just like everybody else. We've had to adjust to the needs of the customers. So we have a whole area now that's dedicated to PPE, which is personal protective equipment, and even including up to large quantity orders. So we're back in stock. I know there was that supply and demand for toilet paper for a while that everybody was just having a field day with. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. So, and not to forget about though too, our print and marketing team has a quick turnaround. They have a great knowledge of business forms and postings that the state and the county require for small businesses in order for them to go up and running and turn their sign back to open. So we have that. We also have revamped like our back to school program for our teachers, and we do different outreaches now so that we can thank our teachers, we can thank the school districts, and we do donations for them as well too. So we've just had to change the way we do our current programs so that it can meet those CDC guidelines and that sort of thing. But a lot of it does revolve around being able to stay clean and healthy and safe for our customers and our associates. But thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Cora. It's great to put a face to your company's name here in this area. So it looks like everyone in our next row has gotten a chance to go a second time. So we're going to move on over to Miss Carla. And so, Carla, if you can share just a few of the things you were starting to mention in your last round on what you guys have had to do to change due to the pandemic.
Yeah, so as you all know, being a dental office where we have to, on a regular basis, run what's called the universal precaution. So that's basically like everyone is the same, right? So nothing changes. It's the exact same protocols in place put by OSHA. We have to follow compliance. And on top of the normal, so now we've also moved that forward to our reception area. So when you come in the front area, the girls are sanitizing that front area every 2 hours. After every patient gets up, they actually go and sanitize each chair. We've added air purifiers into our office, so in the operatories as well as in the waiting room area. We are also limiting now, so we used to, you know, you could bring your family and hang out, and now it's just the patient, because we're minimizing, you know, the amount of people up front. We do have everything spaced apart, 6 feet apart, and, you know, just staying safe. We are doing all the questionnaires that we're supposed to over the phone and before people come in. To some people that might be a little annoying, but you know, it is what we have to do, and it's for the safety of everyone. So those are some of the extra things we're taking place. And just as always, we're just, you know, washing our hands and keeping the distance, of course, from each other if we don't need to be close by. So it's hard with staff, you know, I mean, sometimes you have to interact like a little closer, but as long as you're wearing that mask, you're being mindful and you're not spreading anything. So that's about it.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Carla. Let's see who we have left here. I believe Lisa Angelis, you are up next.
Yes, thank you. Well, for us, the one main change has just been shifting all of our former in-person meetings to virtual meetings, but it's worked out really nicely. It's been fairly seamless for us, as we've done a lot of previous webinars and chats for large groups and professional development from our main campus in Phoenix. But for me here, used to being out there in person, it's just been a shift of really not being able to physically be with people. But fortunately, with things like Zoom, we kind of feel like we're still there. I'm just doing a lot more email and phone calls, especially in working with our districts and offices here that are working remotely. So just really kind of connecting in a different way, but it's worked really well. And we've also just shifted. One thing that we're doing different is offering more complementary professional development, especially within our school districts and healthcare, even if they're not partners with us. So just trying to find ways to give back at this time and just help keep morale going and do what we can to help our local community here.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Lisa. And last but not least, we have Leann. So if you can share a change in your organization over the past few months, that would be great.
Yeah, thank you. So the Oceanside Theater at the Brooks, of course, we are dark, but we immediately, we were in the middle of Sweet Charity when everything hit. So obviously we had to shut down, and we did an arts fundraising campaign and immediately raised some emergency funds, which was very successful. And I will tell you, I have about 20 years of fundraising experience, and this has been a very interesting experiment in dealing with fundraising in these conditions. But what it's done, it's made me realize again, which I already knew, that the direct contact with our donors is really what matters. And because of COVID, we've had to just reach out to them personally. And hopefully some of you are donors. I think a few of you are. And it has really enhanced our relationships with our donors and made us realize even more how important the theater is to the community. So we are dark, but we have been doing some online programming, and I don't believe we have anything planned right now. What we're doing is looking at our strategic plan and hoping to beef up our leadership team. And we're looking for some new board members. So if anybody is interested in an organization that is growing even in these times and really needs some good leadership, we are a working board, and we have about 6 board members right now, and we need 10 to 11. So it's an exciting time, a scary time, a challenging time, but I think when we all come out of this, we'll be a stronger organization. So let me know if you're interested in learning more about the things that we're doing. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Leann. And for the final round, we'll just do a quick, a brief round to see who has any upcoming events, whether they're virtual or in person, or if you have any new announcements to share about your business. So I'm just going to call on whoever I see a show of hands. So just a little hand. I see Otis popped his up first. So go ahead, Otis. Oh, it muted you, Otis. Hang on a second. There you go.
All right. Although we do virtual business meetings and phone calls and emails, we still go face-to-face if this is what you require. Me personally, I rather do the email, phone call, or the virtual meeting just to continue to practice social distancing for now. So if you need someone to come to and sit down with you face-to-face, I do have a team that I rely on to handle those situations right now.
Okay, Otis, thank you for that. I saw Elizabeth's hand go up, so go ahead, Elizabeth.
I'll have an announcement today. Carlson Mobile Notary has decided to do an offshoot of us, and we're going to go into education for notaries. So I was asking everyone if they could to go on Facebook and look up Stellar Strategies and like our Facebook page so we can get more notifications out for other notaries to help them to help Ron. We're going to do a marketing thing just to help them get more education through what notary is. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Awesome, Elizabeth. All right, we have Dana.
All right, many of you know that we put on a charity golf event at Goat Hill Park in Oceanside, which was originally scheduled for March 21st. We pushed it back to May. It is happening August 15th. So we do have a sold out crowd, over 100 golfers, but we have to do tee times now so that we don't have all 100 people in one gathering at once. So I do have availability now to actually add more golfers to the event. So the tee times are from 7:30 to 12 o'clock. I do have some openings after 9:30. I'm gonna go ahead and put the web address in the chat box here. And if you know some golfers that want to help raise money for suicide prevention and mental health awareness, obviously mental health awareness, very hot topic these days. Here's a great way to give back, and the primary beneficiary is the North County Health Services Mental Health and Behavioral Division. So I'll put it in the chat box and love to have some golfers come on out.
Thanks for that, Dana. I believe I saw Amir's hand go up.
Yeah, I have another Zoom call right now that I have to join, so I needed to log off. But thank you, Emerald, for inviting me. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention today. Just wanted to let you know I'm fully operational still as well. So any small business, processing needs or consultation, I am available, and my information is also in the chat box. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
All right, perfect. And I see Lisa's hand. We have a little bit of time for a couple more announcements. So we'll go with Lisa and Stacy, and I see your hand too, James. So Lisa.
Thanks, Emerald. Well, we do have 2 local virtual mixers coming up, one on Thursday, August 13th at 6 p.m. and the other Saturday, August 15th at 10 a.m. Those are just to bring some of our alumni and students together with local businesses to ask questions. We're going to have a variety of breakout rooms for the different verticals, for the different industries and topics around here. And then for our educators and school districts. We're doing Elope Sleep to Teach on August 20th at 6 p.m. That's a hiring event we're doing for our local school districts and anyone looking to work with the schools.
Okay, and then last but not least, I saw James, and I believe maybe Carla I may have missed at the bottom there. So go ahead, James.
Hi, I just wanted to thank the Chamber and tell them how happy we are that they put our magazine on the Chamber website under publications and also under Camp Pendleton publications. So go on the Chamber website and do an e-read and check out the magazine. Let me know. I'm the project manager and I'm happy to work with y'all. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that, James, and thanks for the shout out there. Any other last minute announcements before I run through some Chamber events? All right, Stacy, go ahead. Oh.
Hi. On Thursday nights at 7:30, we have a very informative and educational and fun presentation on Zoom. So if you know anyone who really would like to learn more about finance and money and investing and separately having life insurance, it's not boring. I promise. It's really a lot of fun. So just privately message me and let me know that you're interested, and I'll send you the Zoom link.
Awesome. All right, guys. And for those of you that mentioned your own events today, we do have a community calendar on the Chamber's website, and I can share between that and the directory section. Those are the two highest visited portions on our website. So if you guys are looking to get some more exposure for your events or just your business in general, I would highly encourage you to post to that. And if you don't know how yet, just contact me after and I'd be happy to walk you through that. And just really quickly, I know for the sake of time, we're right on the dot here, but I did have a couple announcements I want to run through with you guys. So for the month of August, we're going to be doing in-person live Plates for 8 events. So these are happening every Friday from 11:30 to 1. If you guys would like to join us for smaller scale networking luncheon in a safe environment, please contact me after. I'll be hosting all of those. And then finally, we also have our virtual Heroes of Oceanside and Camp Pendleton happening on the 11th. So that's next Tuesday. And then following that on Thursday, we have our North County Health and Wellness Fair, and that is happening in person as well. So we hope that you guys will join us for those events. If you have any questions about those or you'd like to RSVP for some of those luncheons that I mentioned, contact me after. But that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll blast that contact information shortly. Thank you guys. Take care.